Good morning. This is Navy Old Salt Gamer. Quite a few changes. First off, I got rid of that ridiculous um, phase change device. It's just not effective in my book. I put in 3 ACs in line, in series, I should say, and they only run at night, and it's still keeping this about 150 degrees cooler than the phase change device was. Because I was around 300 with the phase change device, and just those 3 ACs, and like I said, only running at night. I think they just clicked on. No, it's still 500. So these three cooling my CO2 bank, which is right there, I think. Yeah, it's 150. It was 300 before with the phase change device and 2 ACs. So now I should take that back. I still have one. I should put this in series 2. I just haven't gotten to it yet. I could put that one on the end of this. And I don't know if you know about putting them in series, you just set this one for your desired temperature, which I think I might have 20 or something. I'm not going to get to that, and then each step you go down 50 degrees more. And so this one is pre-cooling the air for this one, and so on. Similar to that type of method. And I could put this one in series also. That would get rid of a bunch of pipes and stuff. Now, I did a lot of automation. I'm pretty sure I had my 2-phase cooling system, water cooling system before, but I completely automated this. I've only test run it once. I actually got more water in here than I really wanted to, because when you get this much water, it takes a long time to cool. It's better to keep this around 10 or so. And I got that because I turned this up to I think 27, my H2 combustor, my feed rate, and that was giving me a lot of water, so I went back down to about 24 kPa. And again, this is 2-stage. There's the water that's being cooled, here's the water that's being made, and I'm up to 11 and probably 2 in steam, maybe 1 in steam, so about 13 in here. So I might even go down to 23 kPa over there. We'll see how this works for one cycle. But these have turned on. So now when this gets to 303K, it automatically kicks in and runs my dump and purge program, is what I call it. And I'll show it to you real quick. Won't harm anything to take that out. Now, I programmed this, and it's on the wire. Boy, I hate it when that happens. You set it on the wire and you can't get the chip in it. Ugh, annoying. There we go. Import that. Now, I did this in a timing stage, and I might not get down because there's so much water in here. It has to get to 30-something, 30 degrees, and it takes a long time with all that water. But this is what I have. So basically, it's all in the timing loop. It starts and goes down. Load the main cooling analyzer temperature, and if it's greater than 303, then it just loops. It just constantly loops here. But now, if it's less than 33, and this is all submarine terminology, by the way, MS1 is the main seawater 1 valve, which it's an 18-inch pipe that takes seawater into the submarine. In case you're curious. But so I named them MS1 and MS2, which are, this is the port side valve, that is the starboard valve on a submarine. But anyway, getting off the beating path there. So MS1 is the valve underneath where it opens to let the water into my hydroponics. So that'll open, and it'll stay open for 50 seconds, which is plenty of time. I could probably do it in 10. As soon as I open that valve, it goes. And actually, it's not a valve, it's a pump, a turbo pump. And sleeps for 50, then it I'm looking at this. I think something like, oh no, it turns it off. Then I sleep for 5 because I didn't want it to turn it off and then immediately turn this one on and then get hot water in my system. So after 50 seconds, it turns that valve back off, sleeps for 5 seconds, and opens MS2, which is this turbo pump here. Yeah, this one, MS2 pump. And then that drains the next level of water into my cooling system. And that stays open for 20, and then it shuts it, and then it'll go back to start. And since this isn't going to be 30 degrees anymore, it's going to start looping until it cools. So that works really well. The only problem with using these sleep codes, if for some reason, while it's in the middle of dumping, I pull the chip out, it's going to start back up here. So say if MS1 is open and I pull the chip out, it's going to stay open because it loops in here. So you got to be careful. If this part of the code is running, you can't work on the chip. You have to wait until it's done. So is this ideal? No, but it's kind of easy to program and it works really well. So that's what I did with that. And I'm 303, I'm only 305. So like I said, this is taking a while to cool. Now, summer's going away, so I have more time cooling, which makes things a lot easier. But I got to watch now that I'm not getting as much charging, I got to keep an eye on this. Now you see I expanded out here, and I'll show you this inside. I have done some, I finally got some time for expansion. I'm not done in here yet. I'm going to move these doors, all the equipment basically, over to here. And then that's going to make my manufacturing area a lot less cramped and easier to work in. Now I can expand a little bit. I'll rip this wall out. Probably do something with the furnace. Make that a little bit more of a permanent situation. Maybe frame it in or something. And move all of these cramped in manufacturing devices along one wall so I don't have to worry about that. Now I also did a bunch back here. I still have not automated this. I will get to it some here. I've been slowly expanding this area. I've added more plants. I have to expand a little slow in your breathing room when you get this big, because if I go ahead and like pop out all 3 of these walls at the same time, I'm not going to have enough air in here. So it's a, pop one wall out, wait a little bit, pop another wall out. And because this is I automated this also. This valve shuts when this is above, I think it's 30.7. It should turn on here any second. There you go. And then once it warms back up, it turns back off again. There you go. So this is leaching the CO2 into my room automatically and making sure my room doesn't heat up over, by letting in too much hot air. There it goes again. So it is, my CO2 is up to 123. My oxygen's at 100. That was down to about 65 when I popped these 2 walls open. That's what I mean. You got to be careful. I got this at 7. I can slowly increase this back up because my oxygen has risen from 65 to 107 with the addition of this group right here. I'd add another grow light. But my CO2, and I got to get rid of that. That's a pain in the neck. I got to move it. I haven't figured out how to do that yet because there's the Mark II tank out there. The original one is out there. So I could just close this and maybe put it along this wall or something, but I can't get through there. Smack. I can't get through there. But, so I have to walk on my plants every time I come through. I do have 2 or 3 potato plants still growing. It's been my food source for now. I have not used the trader. This is day 164, so about 70 days with no trading. This is all these increases are all based on my production upstairs. 28 Celsius in here is the lowest I've had this temperature. That's actually really good. I mean, just thinking maybe I should go back up. No, everything's shut off, so it's above the cooling temperature now. I did rip out the water cooler because this is now 29 degrees, so I don't need to cool that anymore. I just used it to cool the room. I could probably take this out, but it is helping the AC in here keep the room temperature. I have this one and this one. I think they're all set to 25 degrees. This one will never get to 25 degrees because it's cooling my incoming CO2. But these two, if it gets to 25 in here, these won't run anymore. So I would be surprised if I got to 25 in here. I could possibly do it, but that would be an amazing step for Vulcan, in my opinion, because the air that I'm replenishing, I'm up to 85. This is set for 100, I think. So I'm still not. 85's good. I mean, there's nothing wrong with 85 kPa. I don't need to be at 100. That's just what I have that set for, so it keeps releasing CO2 in here. If I get close to 100, I will rip this final wall out so I can do a little bit more expansion in here. But, how's my food and water? I'm okay. I really got to automate this. I've been doing it manually forever. I guess. No, that's too much. As I say, I could probably open this up and make this more my breathing area, but man, that would take a lot of replacement air. That's not going to happen for a while. So what I'll probably do is I will rip this wall out, that and these, and just open this whole thing up and make this my manufacturing center. How's my charging going? So it's not winter yet, but it was coming up over here and going across the sky, and now it's coming up over here. In winter, it'll come up over here. So I would say I'm somewhere at the end of summer, maybe the beginning of fall here. I did also, I should mention this, I did also split my main power into two because I'm now using more than 5K power. And that's not surprising with all the stuff I got running right now. So this is my transformer for down below, and then I got another wire going over to all this stuff over here, which when it runs uses about 3 kilowatts when everything's running. What did I get down to last night here? Oh, 303. It's got to go down one more K, I think. I thought it was 303. Let me double check that. I think I still have it in there. Yeah. You should have dumped that. Yeah. So it came really close to dumping. So what I'll do is I'll come back when the sun goes down and that starts running again. We'll see if all that works. It'll be kind of cool not to... Basically, at this point, if I didn't want to expand, which I'm going to, and I still haven't gotten rid of this. I'm thinking about dumping all of this because I haven't used it. And at this point, I don't need it. And I could expand out this way to make room for some other things that I might do. Not sure yet. This is up in the air. I'm not using it, but I was going to expand over this way, but I got some cooling stuff and my furnace stuff over here, so I decided at first to go over this way because in the long run... Oh boy, I got all sorts of alarms going on. Okay, so let me get this stuff taken care of. and then I'll come back when night comes and we'll see if my water flushing system does actually work. Okay, it's getting closer to the end of the day here. If you remember, it's just I'm just amazed at how much the singularity changes. Because if you remember, summer it was setting over here, not setting over here, and the winter is setting over there. Just a big difference. As you see, this with the cooler nights, or the longer nights, this is getting a lot cooler with those 4 ACs running. My cooling, I don't even use my pollutant anymore. I don't use it because I was only using it for cooling down with the phase change devices, which was just so ridiculously ineffective. It was like doing nothing. So I said, you know what? Power is free. I'll add some solar panels if I have to, and I'll use ACs. It just works 100% better. I just don't know why anybody at this point would use a phase change device on Vulcan, because the lowest you're going to get any temperature is 127 without an alternative cooling source. Now you could do some of these fancy phase change devices that people do with repressurizing and depressurizing. I could do that. I may do that in the future, but right now it's just so much easier to set up 3 ACs than 2 phase change devices. Now, yeah, these use more power, but like I said, power is free. You get it from the sun. All you gotta do is make solar panels, and you're good to go. So it's getting 600. I imagine I want to be here when this starts to cool, because that's pretty darn close to 302. So once that hits 302, all this should go. Now, water-wise, I'm going to gain about 6 liters from the last dump that was on the last video to this dump. So I am gaining more and more water. And again, I got 13 up here. So if I get to the point downstairs where I have 40 or 50 liters, I could probably notch this down another one. But right now, this is fine. I mean, my oxygen is keeping up with this. I got the perfect, that's like a perfect balance in there. 66.6 and 33.3 with a little bit of nitrogen, which doesn't matter. I mean, that's only 0.0009%. But again, because of pressure differences, you see what my percentage is in here, 33, 66, and up here, 74.26. Because there's more pressure in my volatile tank, or something, or in my oxygen tank. But the input 1 is the volatile, so yeah, because there's more pressure, I have 7 megapascals in here and 5 in there. Now, the way I look at it, if you set this mix to something, it shouldn't matter what the pressure is. I think that's a game glitch. But it does matter. If you have different pressures between your 1 and 2, you have to adjust your mixture to correct it. And this is getting ready to come on, so I'm kind of just killing time. Here we go. We're just about there. About 150C these kicking. There we go. Now, I don't know exactly when this is going to down to 302, but there's 229. There it goes. Boom, it just drained. So it's empty. Now that'll stay open for 50 ticks. And while it's doing that, it's kind of cool because this pressure drops, or the temperature drops because of the pressure difference in here. So it sets this up with a lower temperature to start with, which doesn't last very long. So after 50 seconds, my inlet valve should shut, and this valve will open and drain all of this in there. If it works. Like I said, I've never tested this yet. So now we play the Jeopardy tune until the 50 seconds is up. And I guess I can come over here and kind of watch the power switch there. No, it did not. There it goes. Okay, so now it's dumping the liquid from above. That worked. It closed the valve because there's no pressure drop. So this will go for 50 seconds, which is plenty. Now, of course, the temperature's higher in here. So some of the water above is turning back into steam, which is fine. Once it cools off, it'll reliquefy. But after 50 seconds, that should turn back off. That would be my last step in the whole loop, and then it would start over again. So basically, my water is running itself now. I don't have to touch anything as long as this works. You can see it's cooling down too now because this is still running. It's kind of nice to automate this stuff, so as long as this works, I'll never have to come back up here again other than to just monitor stuff. I learned one thing, and I don't know if it was something I did or if it was a glitch, but somehow oxygen got into my jetpack refiltering system. What a nightmare that caused. I put my jetpack in there, and luckily I was looking. There, it turned off. So it's automated. Done deal. I never have to mess with my water ever again, except to maybe adjust this at some point to increase or decrease, because I get plenty now, to decrease my water flow, my oxygen use, or however you want to use it. If I'm burning up too much oxygen, I can decrease that. That's not a problem, now anyway. And this is 141. This will go up a little bit because now it's hotter in there. But I need to add this one over here. I'll do that here shortly. But there you go. That's my morning update. I have to start watching for both of these to not make it through the night because days are getting shorter here and I'm not getting as much charge. But let's run in here real quick. Now, at the end of the last cycle, I had about 29 liters of water. I think 28, something like that. You could always go look. I don't remember. But it was under 30. And I think here I should have 30 plus. I gotta automate this. I keep saying that. Uh-oh. Where did it go? That's unfortunate. Where did it go? Did I disconnect it? Let's see what I did wrong down here. This could be a problem, because I think I buried that pipe. But it pulled the water out, so that had to work. Trying to think what I might have done here. All that cooled stuff has got to be sitting in a pipe somewhere. And I think I've encased it. Well, I could fix that by putting in walls and tearing things out temporarily. Yeah, it's encased. Well, let's check here. That's the hot water. So it's encased in here. Interesting. Well, I thought I was very careful with that. Now the water is sitting in the pipe in there somewhere. I wonder if I disconnected it when I... It's probably it. When I disconnected the heat exchanger over here, I bet you I disconnected the pipe. So, how am I going to fix this now? Of course that's it. It's right in here. Yeah, it's got no way to get to it. What the heck did I do? Got no way to get. It's sitting right here. You dummy. I got lots of water pipes. I wonder if I can tap into it. I might get lucky here. It would be somewhere right in there. Oh, somewhere right in here. Nope. Over here? This is kind of embarrassing, but you know, this is what makes the game so damn fun. Did I come this way with it? Where are you, water? No. Well? Right, there's the connector. This wasn't here before. How about if I go one more down the other way? I get you that. Where did I disconnect it from? Let's try going one more this way. Nope. Well, let's figure this out. Just vented some oxygen. I gotta suck that back in. That's okay. Let's take this pipe with me. I need some iron walls so I can frame that out and rip that back out. Yeah, I'm trying to think how the best way to do this is. Walls. Let's get 4. Six, just to make sure. And I only got 3 sheets. Better get a couple more then. I was so careful when I did this. When I disconnected, it has to be when I disconnected the heat exchanger up here. I must have removed an extra pipe or something. Just emptied again. Yeah, it looks like it. So that was no big deal. As long as I didn't get... I had a little bit of pollutants in here. Nah, we're fine. We're fine. Good. Alright, so... which floors do I need to do here? I want to rip out the bottom one. So let's make sure the iron wall here. Oh. Iron wall there. Iron wall there. Iron wall here if I can. Doesn't look like it's going to let me. So I can't rip that square out. It's going to let me here, which doesn't make it. Oh, there we go. I just want to cover all my bases here when I rip this corner out. And that should do it. Put that there. Put that there. I think I put a wall there, did I? Didn't need to. That there. And that there. Oh, wait a minute. What's in this? Nope, that's coming in yet. So it's underneath the floor here. It is. So I do have to put a wall here if I can manage it. If I haven't already. There we go. Put. Am I out of steel sheets? Oh, they're there. Okay. So this is coming down underneath here. So I gotta find where this goes in because that's still the hot water, so it's under here. Okay. Like a giant puzzle. Now do this right. I have to automate this so that... well, let's do this. Why did it... Open. That open? Yeah, okay. So that's a done deal. Now I can rent the rest of this. How's I got 3,000, so that should be okay. Gotta figure this out. Like I said, I was so dang careful. Try to save as much of my jetpack as I can here. I'm gonna have to use it here though. Okay, now which one do I take out? This one, I think. Well, let's hope I don't blow my interior here. That's good. That's the wrong one though. That doesn't show me anything.
Hydration critical.
So let's weld that back up. I have to take this one out. This is the one I gotta take out. Well, again, let's hope I don't blow my interior. There we go. There's the issue. Yep, there it is. I disconnected the pipe. At least I was able to figure it out. Boy, that must have a lot of pressure in it. Not really. There's all my cold water sitting. Okay, so all I gotta do is connect A to B. And we'll do that by cheating here. Because I don't have a whole lot of air left in my jetpack. So we're just going to... this. I gotta get away from the wire. There we go. Okay, that's fixed. So let's get out of the stream if it'll let me. Thank you. And... well, I'm glad I put that...
Jetpack low.
oh... well... this could be a bad thing. I'm gonna have to do this in a hurry.
Jetpack critical.
How the heck do I get out of here? I'm gonna have to weld my way out, I think, or mine my way out if I don't get something real hot. Okay, I'm standing. Oh, I'm having lots of problems in this episode. Dang. Oh, I have to get my... where's my... there it is.
Power low.
Everything's going bad here. Now, hopefully I can jump up here somewhere. Well, I got the problem fixed. I just got to refix the... oh, boy, that was close. Don't fall back down. Dang it. Is there a way to get up in the front here?
Jetpack critical.
Holy cow, maybe over here? Whew. Nope. Unbelievable. This is what happens when you run out of your jetpack. Let's see if I can do the big jump here. Ha! Yes! This game is so ridiculously fun. Oh my god. Alright, so Maybe put this in there. Oh, another thing you have to watch in the wintertime, you can't pressurize this at night because it liquefies. What a nightmare. You have to be really careful when you pressurize that. So now I should have what I was trying to get at. I should have... What the heck? Still didn't hook it up. Oh, it's because I got to run pipe from... Now, which one was it? Well, I can go back out and look. Can't see. Whoa, that was scary. Where was that water pipe at? Well, I really hate to have to rip. Well, anyway, the water pipe is sticking up through here somewhere. I'll find it. But I have to run the water from here down now. And I should have enough water pipes for that. Well, anyway, I'll get that fixed. The water pipe is in here somewhere. Probably right here, and you just can't see it. And I'm not going to do anything with that until I get my jetpack fixed. What else is flashing? Water. Just bear with me for a second here. I'd like to get this fixed on the air because this is what I would consider kind of a life-threatening issue. And I don't want you to think that I'm cheating or something here. So probably a good thing I didn't weld that yet. Okay, so I better swap out my battery. Let's hit this. What else do I need? Battery. Dump this again. Steal an air tank. Got to replace my nitrogen filter here. Not worried about that right now. Close. Put this back on. Okay. I've got to get this resolved. I should have enough. Alright. End of this. By the beginning of next episode, I'm going to have this automated. This is just starting to get old. I keep saying it and I just never do it. 6,000, that's good. Well, this isn't how I intended this episode to go. I'm lucky I got back in my base. Okay, so what I need to do, let's get rid of this pipe now that I don't have to worry about pressure. Get rid of that pipe, like that, and maybe if I can get to it, go up from here. Ooh, I'm not hovering correctly, making it miserable. Okay, that should work. That should have my pipe sticking out above it. That should work. I'm not going to seal this up yet until I can see that pipe. Someday I'll learn how to fly. Alright. Did I mention I'm going to automate this door? Stick up through the floor here somewhere, please. Where are you? I may have to rip some of the plants out temporarily. Oh, wait, what's that? Is that it? Let's see if I can get the... That might be it. There it is. There's my 16 liters of water waiting. So if I connect I'll clean this up later. So if I connect this, the what you call it's making it difficult. I think that, yeah, I think that's what I need. Yeah, there it is. I can't take those walls out until, well, I want to let me come. What are you talking about? Oh, that's insulated pipe. Well, that's easily fixed. Don't care if it's insulated there. Now, if I don't have 30-something liters of water in here, you may hear a grown man cry. There we go. Almost 37 liters. And the temperature's good? Yeah. Thank goodness. Well, that was interesting. I guess I'll run out here real quick. How's my... Yeah, I got enough. I'll set everything. Whoops. Did I mention I'm going to automate this door? That would have been bad if I popped that open. I got to automate this door. Thinking ahead of what I'm going to do here. So to set this all up to limit my... Oops. There's my welder. And I should have sheets. That's my welding battery. We're good. Alright, so don't weld the wall. I want to take them stupid iron walls off of there. But I didn't want to do that until I was sure that I found the pipe. So this all worked well because when I put this here, I still had the stupid heat exchanger in there. The problem came when I disconnected the heat exchanger, and I didn't even think about that I was going to change the piping below it when I did that. But I should have. So now I can come back in here, use a crowbar to start with. Do this right. I'm going to automate this door, trust me. Take this off, take that off, take that off, take that off. There's where my pipe came up. Take that off. So that's all of them, right? And then I got to do this. Very well. This doesn't affect frames, so iron wall. I'm just reading it to make sure it says iron wall. Iron wall. Okay, so there we're all fixed. I can actually get rid of one of those pipes, but I'll leave it there just in case. Who knows? I'll wait till I take this wall out, which I could probably do, the frame out, which I could probably do pretty soon, actually. So there we go. Crisis averted. Just a matter of taking out the wrong pipes. As you can see, like I said, I definitely gained water. I gained at least 8 liters of water in that last run, so I'm up to 36. So water is not an issue. Temperature in here is down to 28. Oxygen is still rising slowly. I may have to pipe this over. I may just add another couple rows of... As long as I'm keeping up CO2, that's the issue. Yeah, CO2 is higher than oxygen right now, so this is working well. Bleeding in. It is nighttime. There we go. So it's bleeding in oxygen at a good, or CO2 at a good temperature, which the plants are using to make oxygen, which I'm breathing, and I'm also using through this pipe on the outside to make my water. So pretty cool. It's all set up. I was going to do other stuff in this episode, but after that fiasco, I think this will be it for today. It's a good tutorial on how to rip out frames using walls to make sure. I've done that a few times where you add walls when you have to do a repair of some kind like that. Just a dumb thing. I mean, I literally had you saw in other videos if you're watching, I had the heat exchanger right here. So when I took the heat exchanger out and took a couple pipes out, I didn't even think I was going to disconnect it from below there, which I did. So there you go. Please remember to subscribe and like. Last time I played Vulcan, I hated it. This time it's actually kind of fun. It's a lot of strategy involved here with getting things right. And now that I got things automated, basically if I didn't want to expand anything, I could plop a bed here and sit down and the base runs itself now. Literally. Everything runs itself. Yeah, there's not one aspect of this, with the exception of power, which I'm going to have to monitor, and this damn door, which I'm going to automate. Did I mention that? I think I might have. So the only thing at this point that is a question mark with automation is, am I going to maintain power in the wintertime? It's daytime here. And that's becoming questionable because days are getting shorter. So I may have to add even more solar panels, which I can do. I think I have the stellite for it. If not, I can make more. By the way, making stellite in Vulcan winter is incredibly difficult unless you use silver and gold to heat up your furnace. But I'm okay power-wise. The nights are going to get a lot longer. So this is probably going to be an issue. But that's an issue for the next video. I'm going to work on expanding all this, ripping this out, putting my manufacturing center along this wall, including inside there, so I can eventually make that a lot easier by using stackers and various other things. Maybe a program to completely automate that. I know Cows Are Evil has one. Last time I used it, I think I did something wrong because it worked about 80%. It had some issues, and I'm sure it's the way I had things hooked up because he knows what he's doing far more than I do. But it's going to be nice to get out of this menagerie. Even me on a submarine, this is so tight. Ridiculous. And I got to... the problem with using walls, it's very hard to put lockers up. I'm going to have to use a freestanding locker or something. Because the lockers, when you use a wall, disappear into the wall. And it makes it a little funky. So that's something I'm going to have to work on too. Okay. Maybe Old Salt Gamer. Like I said, please subscribe and like. This was a fun, if not kind of dumb episode. Remember, if you're using this method to fill your jetpack, to not do it at night because it'll get liquid in here, and they'll look at your tank, and the pressure will go up and up. And there's been one or two times where I had to load the tank, run out to the front, close the door, and vent it because the pollutants was liquefying and the tank was going to explode. So if you're at under 153 Celsius is kind of the point where this starts to liquefy, depending on the pressure in your tank too, of course, but you got to watch that. Okay, maybe Old Salt Gamer. See you in the next episode. And like I said, subscribe and like. Have a good day.